How we doing? Welcome to Wasted Lunch. The perfect place to waste your lunch. I'm Paul McVeigh. How we doing? It is Tuesday. Wow. And I had a little hiccup there. I tried to go online just a few minutes ago and didn't seem to work. I don't know what was going on. It said something about a connection or whatever, but as you can see, I'm on. So I don't know what the deal was there. I'm not a techie guy. So, but it said something about a signal. But alas, here I am on live. Looks like my tie is crooked here. But wow. Let's see. Yesterday was pretty good day. Pretty crazy day in the neighborhood. Kevin, what's up? What's happening with you? Welcome to Wasted Lunch. Anytime you feel free, go ahead and opine. Watched some shows last night, and I haven't seen in quite a while. Watched the good old Grinch there. Remember that? Watched the original Grinch, the cartoon one, not the live action stuff. Good old cartoon. I haven't seen that movie for quite a few years now. That felt good watching that. And watched a movie I think I've only seen bits and pieces of before. And that was something like Pinocchio's First Christmas or something like that.
No, I'm right there.
Yeah. Well, you didn't catch that one.
No,
you were asleep. But watched a Pinocchio, I don't know if it was Pinocchio's Christmas, Pinocchio's First Christmas, whatever it was. That was a Rankin and Bass movie.
Don't find.
Yeah, it had some funny stuff in it, but you know, it is a movie that you don't see often playing on TV, and I think I know why after watching it. The songs were pretty awful in it. Okay. Don't get me wrong, I'm still going to watch it. It's a stop-motion movie, and it's a stop-motion Christmas movie. I'm going to watch it, period. So I did, but the songs were pretty bad in it. They weren't very good. But that is one, I don't remember. I know I've seen parts of it before, and I'm trying to think of how the hell I ever watched it before. Because I've never had it on DVD until now. Now I have it on DVD. It came with this collection of, Christmas classics. But that, and then the one about the Leprechaun's Gold, which I ought to go get the case right now and figure out the name of these damn movies. But then I'll have to be, you know what, I'm going to do that. I'll be back. Okay, coming back. Here we go. All right. Here we go. Here's the collection here. What is it? Santa's Magical Stories. I got this collection. I own a few of the movies that are already on here, but I didn't own some of the movies that were on here, so I got it because this has the Grinch. Dr. Seuss' How the Grinch Stole Christmas on it, which, it's real jazzed about because I've never owned that movie. So I got it because of that, and it also has The Leprechaun's Christmas Gold. Okay, that's the one I was trying to figure out the title for. And Pinocchio's Christmas. And then that's on one disc, and then the other disc has The Year Without a Santa Claus Deluxe Edition. I have The Year Without a Santa Claus. I don't know what the deluxe edition is all about, but what the heck? What else does it have in it? And it has Rudolph's Shiny New Year, which I also have that already. And Nestor the Long-Eared Christmas Donkey, which I already have. But the good thing about this is, now that they're in this set, I don't have to go digging through all my movies to look for it. How's that for lazy, huh? And then disc 3 has Jack Frost, which I thought was a pretty good one. If you haven't seen that, that's another one that that they don't show a whole lot around the holidays is the Jack Frost one. But that's on here. I like that one. I thought it was done pretty good. Then A Miser Brothers Christmas. I don't even know. I don't think I've ever seen that. Of course, that's, you know, Heat Miser and Snow Miser, which were characters from, what was that, Year Without a Santa Claus, right? But I guess they got their own damn special, you know. Miser Brothers Christmas. And then there's also, last but not least, Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July. Now, it says the feature-length delight about what happens when a certain reindeer's nose stops shining. Don't think I've ever seen that. Okay, that's a new one to me. So I've never seen that one. So look forward to watching it. But yeah, last night already watched all of disc 1, which was the Grinch, the Leprechaun one, and Pinocchio's Christmas. The animation, you know, the stop motion animation in Pinocchio's Christmas was good. The models and stuff were really cool, like most of the Rankin and Bass stuff, really nice. I liked it all, the look of everything, but the songs were pretty terrible. Yeah, they were pretty bad. So maybe that has something to do with it not being played that much around Christmas time, but because I mean, and this story wasn't the hottest either. It wasn't too hot, but like I said, you know, I'm still going to watch it because I'm a sucker for stop motion pictures. I love that kind of animation. So I'll end up watching it again. No matter how much I gripe about how terrible the singing was, you know, I'll still end up watching it again. It's just how it works for me. But, so it's really cool. Let's see. Let's see. Somebody just did some. Let's see if this works. Somebody just sent me a message. We're going to see if this works. I just tried to. Somebody sent me a message. All right, I've never done this. Somebody sent me a message on Messenger. Okay. So I answered back their message. And we're going to see if that actually worked. I've never done that. Somebody sent me a message on Messenger. I just messaged them back. So we're going to find out if that action works. I don't know if it'll work or not. But you know, I'm learning all the time about this stuff. But we'll see. Okay. Let's see. It looks like he's on. That's you, Dwayne, right? Dwayne says, "What's up?" Dwayne, I am going to take a stab at saying your last name. Try not to get too offended if I messed up. It's a new name to me, so I will try this. Is your last name pronounced Lanham? Is that how you pronounce it? And the reason why I'm trying to do that is I am a stickler for last names. Anytime I see a new last name, I try and say them right. I like using proper pronunciation. So just let me know if Lanham is how it's pronounced. I was just wondering about that. But yep, okay. Dwayne says yep, yes. Okay, good. Point for me. I actually got it right. Because, you know, as simple as my last name is, people have gotten it wrong. You know, and my name is pretty much exactly how it's spelled, and people have still said it wrong. I don't know. Dwayne says, yes, it is. Okay. I don't know. I guess I don't see how you can get much simpler than how my name is spelled, M-C-V-A-Y, you know, being McVeigh. But people screw it up, and I don't see what people want to add shit to it. they want to add stuff to it, you know. I've even heard people add an N to it, McVeigh, and I'm like, the hell? I mean, where in the hell do they get? I don't know, but you know, it's funny though because I'm like this about pronunciation and names and stuff, and you know, I live in America. I go to doctors, which means I have lots of Indian doctors, you know, like everybody else in America. So it's funny because I will actually, I will learn. Dwayne says, "Wow." I will learn how to pronounce my doctor's name correctly. Okay, and these doctors, it's funny. They'll look at me. "What's up, Mike? How we doing?" Talking about Indian doctors or Pakistani or, you know. But I will make it a point to learn how to say my doctor's name correctly. Okay. And it's funny as hell because I will go into my doctor's office and ask for my doctor to the nurses, who usually 99% of them can't even pronounce their basically their boss's name. Okay. So, you know, the doctor might have a very long last name that starts with L, and they'll just say Dr. L or Dr. B or M or whatever, because they usually can't even pronounce their employer's name. But then I'll go ahead and say the, you know, whatever the multi-syllabic word name is, and then they'll be looking at me like, "You are so odd." You know, but like I said, that's one of my things out there, I think. I don't know, but my doctors seem to, I think they like it because they're like, "Oh my gosh, somebody took the time to actually learn how to say my name right." Because those guys, they're used to everybody screwing up their names. You know, they're used to being called Dr. K or T or whatever the hell, you know, and they just roll with it. They're like, "I'm getting paid money anyways. You know, I'm making tall cash anyway, so I don't give a shit, you know. I don't expect any of these American people to get my name right." So, but when you get their name right and you say it to them, you know, you get a funny look like, "Oh my goodness." You know, just one of them weird little things that makes me who I am, I guess. But so what's the big action today? What's going on? Anybody doing anything exciting today? Got any exciting tasks to do? We gotta roof the house. Gotta fix something. I know I gotta fix something. You know, I got some plumbing work to do, but got some major task at hand. Gotta propose to somebody. Gotta get a genital piercing. Anything exciting like that going on today, folks? Just throwing that out there, saying. Yeah, I got me a plumbing job in front of me. Long overdue. Long overdue. Something is leaking under my damn sink, and I gotta work on that shit today. Let's see, Dwayne says, "Nope, just watching the updates on the new Cleveland shooting." New Cleveland shooting, yeah, well, Cleveland, let's see. Hell, that could have happened 5 minutes ago for all I know. Well, go ahead and fill us in on that if you want to, Dwayne. I don't know anything about it. I know somebody's pretty much shot up there every day. Which, you know, that's one of the reasons my wife's family got the hell out of there. But Mike says, "What?" I don't know. What? What, Mike? Mike, you just said what? And I'm like, oh, shit, I don't know what. You know, fill in the blanks there, man. I could go a million ways with this one. Yeah, plumbing. Really fun stuff, isn't it? I gotta figure out what the hell is leaking under my sink. And you know what sucks is I don't know where my good pipe wrench is. Got a pipe wrench that's about 100 years old. It's probably more like 85 years old. I mean, this is an old ass pipe wrench, and it is my favorite pipe wrench, and I don't know where it is. And that's got me worked up. It's really cool. It looks kind of like the wrench from the board game Clue. Okay. It's got this, the lower part of it, the jaw swivels like this, and it helps grab onto pipes really damn good. It's awesome design. Let's see. Dwayne says, well, I don't know exactly what happened, but 45 minutes ago, Cleveland PD has the whole southeast side of Cleveland blocked off. Shit must be pretty big. Must be pretty big. I'm trying to think that. My wife's from around the, I guess you'd say, actually, yeah, kind of the southeast side there. Let's see, Sean's joining us now. What's up, Sean? And if I didn't say it, guys, I hope everybody's doing well today. But yeah. Sean, yeah, Sean, now that Sean's on here, Sean's a digger, okay, when it comes to news events and stuff like that. We were just talking about this yesterday. Sean is a guy who likes to really check shit out. Sean's throwing everybody a wave. Yeah, Sean, Dwayne was talking about something's going on up in Cleveland. They got a whole bunch of town blocked off, so must be something kind of big, because, you know, most shootings up there, not a very big deal in the news. You know. Dwayne says toasters. All right. Are we saying that toasters are fighting? Are we saying there's a shootout between toasters or something? Mike says, shit's going down in Clevelandistan. That's so funny, dude. I've never heard it called Clevelandistan. That's funny as shit, man. I like that. I've never heard that phrase before, Clevelandistan. That's a new one to me, dude. I've never heard that. That's so funny. Dwayne says, no LOL. Okay, so there's not some kind of toaster on toaster crime spree or something going on up in Cleveland. Okay. You threw me off when you said toasters, you know. All I can do when somebody says some shit like that, Dwayne, is fill in the blanks, you know. But, yeah, Mike said, shit's going down in Clevelandistan. That's beautiful. I've never heard that before. Mike says it's a war zone. It is. It is. Where my wife grew up was when I say beautiful, I don't mean ritzy, okay? The whole concept of community where she grew up in Cleveland was beautiful. It was an ethnic neighborhood. She grew up in what they call Slavic village because of the large Polish and Czechoslovakian community. They call it Slavic village, which I guess they still do, even though there's not many Slavs living there anymore. But it has turned into a shithole. You know, at one time it was very tight-knit community, and they used to have all kinds of great festivals and stuff. But now it is no longer like that. It's pretty shitty now, because we went up there to visit. See, Dwayne says, who was the guy that was talking about the toasters in a crawl space? Okay, there you are, Dwayne. Okay, see, when you said it today, it came from left field. That would have been Sean. Sean brought up the crawl space. Sean is the crawl space killer, or the crawl space maniac. And then I don't know how the hell toasters came up. They did. Oh, because I was lighting a cigarette out of the toaster, and it just went on from there. Sean says Battleground Cleveland. Yeah, it's that place is rough, man. It's rough. Mike says, I think it was Sean with the toaster in the crawl space. Yeah, that's what I think it was. I think the toaster came up because I was lighting cigarettes with it, which here's the big news today, guys. Nice and strong flame. White lighter here in my hand. So, yeah, Cleveland's different. it's rough. It's a rough son of a bitch. You know, it's funny. It's funny, and I'm not bringing it up to bash the city, okay? Even though you know they are our rival town there, but Canton, Ohio is just as bad now. It's you look at the numbers, the statistics, if you're into that kind of shit. That now Canton is right up there. It's I believe how it works out is Canton and Cleveland's right around there too. Fall into the 98% of cities are safer than Canton. So it is in the worst 2%. Doesn't sound good, and that's not good. Mike says, "Cause your wife stole your lighter." Yeah, she had a lighter in my ass, didn't? Dwayne says, "Yeah, and I live there." Well, hopefully you live in like that 1 or 2 neighborhoods that are all right there in Canton. Yeah, and I don't mean anything. You know, I'm not trying to say bad stuff about everybody who lives there, because you know, just like Cleveland, it's you know, just because you live there doesn't make you a POS, but just because the city's a piece of shit. Let's see, Sean says a sanitation worker was shot. Okay, you're talking up in Cleveland, huh? Damn. Let's see, Mike says, nobody beats Chicago, the murder capital of America. Yeah, that's kind of weird how that happened. But, you know, Chicago's a big-ass city, too. Dwayne says, Michael, true. Yeah, it's pretty weird how that happens. I've never been to Chicago. My sister's been to Chicago for work. And, you know, Chicago's got a lot of rich people in it, too. And I guess the west side is really bad. Is a really bad part of Chicago. The south and southwest and west side, I guess, are really bad there. But there are a lot of rich-ass people who live in Chicago, too. It's supposed to be a nice city, you know, in a lot of places, but obviously it's not nice everywhere. Sean says, I also heard something about a reporter was found dead. Huh. You talking about Cleveland or Chicago here? Or Canton? Who knows?
Done. Okay. Done.
No, I'm still doing my show, darling. I will let you know when I am done, okay?
You want to pay then?
Yeah.
You want to pay then?
I will let you know.
If you do, you pay.
Yeah, well, daughter's asking. We've been, let's see, Dwayne says that's new news. Sean says, yeah, Cleveland. Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing. It's unfortunately, yeah, a lot of the shit you're going to hear about Cleveland is pretty bad. Let's see, do I have a request here? Let's see, Dwayne seems to be wanting to hop on live. Is that true? Sean says, hi, Helen.
Hi.
Helen says, hi, yeah, she's home. She's home from school. So we're hanging out together. Renee, what's happening?
Wait, what?
No, not the Renee you're thinking of, Helen. Different Renee. Hi. We're, unfortunately, not talking about tough towns and crime right now. We're talking about opening or events that are unfolding right now up in Cleveland, huh? Well, Sean, yeah, you can keep us posted on that. Sean says, I want to say it's surprising, but it's not. It's kind of sad. Yeah, well, like I said, my wife she did what a lot of people did from that time. She fled. You know, got the hell out. What she did was she moved to a suburb first. That used to be a lovely suburb of Cleveland. And then that suburb went the hell downhill, too. Because, you know, people moved further and further away from Cleveland and just started commuting further to get to jobs if they actually worked in town. So as they kept moving farther and farther out, the suburbs started to decay too. And now a lot of the suburbs are pretty crappy. So there you have it.
You're done?
No, I'm not. And you can't sit here and ask me if I'm done the whole time I'm doing this, okay? So you better go play.
A long time.
Yeah, I know. Let's see, Dwayne, were you wanting to hop on camera? Is that what was going on there, Dwayne? See, I see a request. Boom, we'll try this. Boom, I just do a thingamajig. So if you want to hop on, then that's what's going to happen, all right? But yeah, unfortunately, there's I don't know, crime, damn it, crime everywhere. But yeah, I don't know. That's why I like where I'm at now. I'm not in town anymore, even though town wasn't that bad. Let's see, there's Dwayne. What's up?
No, like I was saying, the Canton area has gotten really worse. Within the time I lived in Massillon to the time I just moved back last week.
Wait, you just moved back to Massillon or to Canton?
I just moved back to Canton this year. After being away from Canton and moving with my fiance, Canton has got worse.
Yeah. Now, what part of Canton you living in, anyways?
20th. I live on the northeast side.
Okay.
Like right up there by the 25th Street Library. So I'm not that far. I'm right by 62.
Oh, okay. All right. So when you get out there off of 62, you got pockets that go from all right to shitball. Am I right?
Anything from that area to 20th Street down is bad.
Yeah.
Literally, the apartment complex up for me and my fiance is nothing but shootings all night.
Yeah. I mean, you got the townhouses and projects and all that shit. And so are you living in an apartment or a duplex?
I'm currently living with her and her parents.
Oh, okay.
It's a decent sized house. It has a 2-car garage. I mean, it's not, you can't tell it's a 2-car because it's just, sorry, I'll go in the other room there.
Go do something. You're not.
You literally see if with the garage is not it's a 1-door garage, but it's enough to fit 2 cars in. But the way they made it, there's no way you're getting a car through the door.
Oh, geez. So you can like use part of it for a car and then the other part for a workshop, and that's about it?
Literally, her dad has nothing but wood in a workshop.
Sounds like me.
Literally, that's where we do all of our Halloween building for our decorations, our Christmas decorations.
That's
storage
cool.
for my crap.
When you say your crap, what are you talking about, Dwayne? What are you into?
Right now, I'm trying to get into woodwork. Her dad's teaching me a little bit about it. I just helped them retile the side of their garage last night with barn siding.
Okay, that's cool.
Because during the wintertime, there's he re-insulated the garage last year, and groundhogs and rabbits literally ate through it to dig their way into the garage.
Ah.
So we redid it. But like I was saying, the only time Masson's ever calm anymore, not Masson, but Canton, is during the Masson McKinley week.
Yeah.
That's when you have that skyrocket period. And then when football's going on, it dies down.
Yeah.
On Friday night. Because everybody's at the games. I did a ride along back with Canton PD back, I would say, in May or June.
Yeah. How'd that go? Oh, you froze up. Oh
Back
no.
in Mayor,
What's going on? We
back in
lost you
Mayor
for a
June.
second, dude. How'd the ride along
I'm
go?
right here. It was good, but there was a lot of idiots. I would say that the reason Canton takes so long is because they're filled with a lot of high priority level calls. That's why it takes them forever to get to an accident or get to a regular call.
Yeah, Kenton has that. They got the shot spotter. They've had that for quite a few years, which is some high tech stuff, especially when they first got it stopped. All right, I got to talk to my daughter here. You got to go in the other room. You have to, because I'm going to be talking about stuff that I don't want to be talking about around you. So you've got to go in the other room and play. All right. I will get you as soon as the show is done. All right, go. So yeah, they got the shot spotter, which triangulates, where the gunshots come from. And I saw something pretty interesting one time, and that was that they had a thing online where you could see all the different recorded gunshots from. All right. What's up, Jimmy? Um, and you could see the dates and the times of all the different gunshots fired. Okay. It was like Google Earth. All right. And these little dots popped up where the shots popped. And I'm telling you, dude, it was crazy. You could barely see the map on parts of Canton because there were so many dots from all the gunshots.
That they still use that because there was a shooting call out in Camp when I rode. The cop is not allowed to take me to it because he's not allowed to do anything to put my life in harm's way, even though I signed a waiver stating that if anything was to happen to me during the ride along, Canton City was not held responsible.
Okay. A good afternoon to you too,
Likewise,
Jimmy.
when I did my ride along with Masson, it was the same way. Each time you do a ride along with a cop, you have to sign a waiver stating if you are killed or injured in any way, shape, or form during that ride along with you when you're with that police officer, it is not on them. And I responded to some pretty nasty calls on both sides.
So, Dwayne, what prompted you? What got you wanting to do a ride along? Anyways, were you thinking about law enforcement or anything, or?
Once my kid is born, I plan on going to school for criminal justice, going and joining the police force for a couple of years, and then becoming what they call a bounty hunter out here in Stark County, Ohio.
Oh gosh.
I'm working with a bail bonds company.
Oh gosh. Dog the bounty hunter.
Where I got it from.
Jimmy says, sir, shit. Well, that was fun. Got to go back in. Oh, well, guess I'll finish watching later. Well, thanks for popping on for a second, Jimmy. Have a good day at work, buddy. Jimmy hops on here quite often. One of these days, I'm going to have to get his ass on here live too, but he's usually literally working. So, bounty hunting.
Bounty hunting is one of my biggest. I started watching Dog the Bounty Hunter when I was about 5, 6, or 7 years old. Somewhere in between there with my dad. It was one of our favorite shows. Because I've read Dog's book. I've watched a lot. I've watched a lot of his speeches, and the interesting part of it is that he is actually a convicted felon.
Yeah, I thought he had a rough background.
Dog the Bounty Hunter was charged with felony 3 murder. That's why if you ever watch his shows, he never carries a regular gun. He always carries what they call a pepper ball gun.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Which is your non-less lethal. Because the funny fact is, of a bounty hunter, they have more rights to arrest somebody than a cop does.
Damn.
Because we're working off of a warrant and police officers are going by hearsay.
Right. The person is definitely wanted when you're a bounty hunter.
Right. So like, say if you went bounty hunting, what you would do is you would get the bail bonds company would revoke the bond. Like if you didn't show up for court or bad behavior,
Okay.
your bond is now what they call a revocation bond.
All right.
Then it literally you start the hunt. You start as soon as you get the paperwork in. You figure out, you spot out things. actually did a ride along with a bounty hunter here and over in Akron.
Okay.
I learned how the process is done. Get the paperwork, you go, and you start hunting. Once you're able to find where the guy's at, things can get really deadly during a ride along or even a ride along with a bounty hunter. Because a lot of these guys you're going after are high charges. They're not just misdemeanors. They're not your regular misdemeanor crap. Like
Yeah, it's not traffic shit.
traffic. No, it's not traffic shit. A lot of it you're going to is domestic violence. A lot of it you're going to are people who have never went to jail without resisting. That's a lot of them have an assault on a police officer. And a lot of them are convicted felons. Even though can't be that they'll show up that someone has a warrant, they can't get them unless they either pull them over or execute a search warrant out of the house. But a bounty hunter can literally kick your front door down and come get you.
Damn.
It's how it works.
Wow. So, would you? All right. So, all right. Let's say you go to school and everything goes in the direction you're wanting to go. Would you just be a dude who goes to and capture these people, or would you have your own bond company?
What I would end up doing if I went to the police force a couple years, I would probably start working with a bail bonds company first and then build my way up.
Okay.
It's a lot easier to start from the ground, to start from the bottom up. Because with a bail bonds company, you're signing $300,000, anywhere from $1,500 to $3,000 bonds.
Wow.
And if you don't capture the person, you're paying that whole bond. Because when you're bonded out, you pay 10% of your bond right then and there to get out.
Yeah.
And then you are now working with what they call a bail bond. You don't show up to court or you don't pay your bond is when I would go.
Yeah.
I would go after.
Let's see. Mike says I would assume the majority of them are involved some way with drugs.
Can you clarify that so I can understand what you're trying to tell me?
I'm guessing he means he would think the majority of a lot of the people you'd end up going after would be involved in drugs. There'd be a lot of drugs. Maybe he means because of the area we're talking about, Dwayne.
Canton, I would say the worst drug area I've seen, and a lot of it I do know because of a buddy of mine's a cop, is Canton is literally the worst area for carfentanil. Carfentanil or fentanyl. The state of Ohio is one of the worst areas for the carfentanil or fentanyl coming through.
Yeah. Yeah, Mike says the folks on bond he's talking about. There'd probably be a lot of drug people on there.
It depends on who you really get. Because normally bail bondsmen don't mess with drug paraphernalia cases. Because of now issue 1 not passing, as we all know.
What? No, we don't all know, Dwayne. Fill us in.
Issue 1 was they wanted to vote. When we went and did this new voting we did here this November, issue 1 was based off of drugs, not drugs. They wanted to release a lot of offenders from prison, and not only that, they did not want to send dealers to jail, but they wanted to send dealers to rehabs. Now, mind you, a lot of dealers are not drug addicts.
No shit.
They just sell it.
Right.
This is me coming from a recovering alcoholic and drug addict standpoint. A lot of the dealers that I personally went to did not use. They bought it and then they flipped it. They resold it.
Yeah.
At a different price or whatever, whoever they bought it from to make money themselves. The reason issue 1 didn't pass is because it would not allow police officers and law enforcement in general, to arrest somebody with fentanyl, heroin, meth, or coke. They found it in the car. They would have to send them directly to rehab, and that was going to empty out a lot of our prison system and a lot of our jails.
Yeah.
That means they're putting more high risk offenders back on the street.
Okay.
And that's what the issue one vote was about, was the drug rehabilitation and not being able to arrest people for it.
Okay, and Ben, okay, so this issue was brought up and it was voted on, and how'd that vote turn out again? Just asking.
It failed.
Okay.
It failed completely.
Now they're pretty tough on the carfentanil, aren't they?
They are, but they're not getting a lot of it because by the time they get to it, it's already being cut into your heroin, your meth, and everything like that.
Okay. And this is the shit, Dwayne, this is the stuff where they find out about it when like 5 people die within like a day or two, right?
They either that or on a routine traffic control. I know Ohio State Patrol has pulled over a lot of people with enough fentanyl or carfentanil to kill over 100 people.
Damn. Now, okay, Dwayne, you said something about you personally. You already said this, all right? So I'm not really putting you out there, but you already put it out there. If you don't mind, you said something about a personal issue with alcohol and drugs. If you don't mind, what drugs did you have a problem with?
I was on heroin for a good minute. I was on marijuana, and that's about it. Now the alcohol part, I would drink anywhere from half the whole bottle of Jack, then to another half of Bacardi 151, and I wouldn't stop until I was either blacked out or passed out somewhere.
How old are you?
I'm actually 20 years old.
Oh my gosh! And
I had a rough past.
Now, how'd the heroin thing start?
Drinking became not enough for me. Drinking became not enough. I was looking for something for a better high, so I started off with pot. Then I started doing things like Oxycontin, Vicodin, Percocet. That didn't become enough. So a buddy of mine who actually did heroin had me try it once, and I was hooked on it for a couple months. And then I got locked up in this is after I was in my residential. I came out sober for 2.5 years, and I was institutionalized. I was locked up in a residential for 3 years of my life, the age of 15 to the age of 18. And I admitted there I had a drug and alcohol problem. I admitted to my counselor and our drug and alcohol counselor we had on site, stating I needed help.
Yeah.
And I graduated on my mom's birthday, which was April 21st of 16. Walked out with my high school diploma and graduated the program. I was stuck out in Loudonville, Ohio, where the old Mohican prison used to be.
Oh, wow.
Right out in the middle of the Mohican State Park, which is now what they call Mohican Youth Academy. I was there for a good while. I graduated, came out, and the day I came out is the day I relapsed.
Damn. Didn't last
because
long.
I was institutionalized.
What's that?
Because I was it's what they call institutionalized.
Yeah.
You're in a facility for so long with no contact with the outside world, and you're released, and you're used to a custom schedule. Like every day, we were up at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, breakfast by 7, and school by 7:30.
Wow. So you get out, and the first thing you do is start messing around with shit.
Because I was so stressed out and I was so worried that I wasn't going to be able to do it on my own. I was in a group home out, actually, which is the old American Rescue Workers building on 12th and Market, right across from the subway.
Okay.
They didn't know about it, but a couple days after I started drinking and using, I started going to AA.
Okay.
I got sober. I was sober for about 1.5 years. And then back actually recently this year, I started messing with muscle relaxers. I pulled my back. I pulled a muscle in my back. And knowing I should have just told the doctor, hey, I'm recovering alcoholic and addict, I can't take it.
Right.
My mind said, ooh, that's a way to get high, run with it.
Phew.
A lot of people think that that it's a that us addicts or alcoholics are all bad people. It's a stigma that we have, that everybody has.
Huh. Yeah, well, I'll tell you, I know from, I'm 43 years old. So one of the demographics that was hit hard by this heroin shit, okay, which I knew the heroin was a problem long before they ever even admitted it in the news, because a lot of my classmates been dropping like flies. And I'll tell you, they were not all people who were known for shit starters and troublemakers. And I mean, some of these
Right.
were very intelligent people, who went on to become professionals in some field and ended up on the damn needle, man. I mean, so
Once you start with something that addictive, it is really hard to get off of. That's why we call this thing that we call addiction and alcoholism is a disease because we have what we call an addictive personality. Like me, I'm a smoker. After I quit using, I started smoking.
yeah.
I've been smoking for about 2.5 years now. As you can tell, I've already screwed up my voice.
Yeah, I've had the smoking problem. Luckily, I've never had any problems with the pills or anything like that. I lucked out in the fact that I've, of course, I've had dental surgery and shit, and this was back in the days when they used to prescribe you everything in the world for pain. But I lucked out in the fact
Yeah.
that I don't like the feeling when I'm taking painkillers. I'm an idiot like that. I'd rather deal with pain. I don't like the way it makes my brain feel. So I lucked out. But most people are not like that. Most people, feel good, and
Well,
then there's
right.
a problem.
A lot of people drink and use, is from what I've seen in being an AA myself. A lot of people use to get away from the pain, to get away from the misery or the stress going through their life, but they don't realize is when they wake up the next morning, it's all still there.
Yeah.
That's why I got to tell you yesterday, our mental health system is shit.
Yeah. It is. And
Um,
it's the thing is, and there's another part of my life where, I'll admit I'm blessed and I'm lucky that I have family that cares about me, to where, if I have a problem with mental health problems, my family would support me. But there are so many people out there who don't have anybody. And I mean, they're just like a lost ship at sea, and with nobody to help guide them, when the shit hits the fan. And it's a shame.
that's how my family, as my mom was there through all of my stuff, through inside, in and out of psych hospitals, in and out of juvenile detention centers, in and out of the court, in and out of residentials, in and out of foster care. My mom was there through it all. I know that if I can't get a hold of my caseworker or my therapist, that I can pick up, call my mom, I can call my sister, I can call my girlfriend or her family, you know, because I don't know what else to do. I don't know where else to go. I don't know who I am when I get depressed or I'm upset. I'm bipolar. Um, I tend to black out. I do a lot of dumb shit. When I get so pissed off, my eyes, you literally see my eyes become black. I no longer have any white left in my eyes. My pupils are either completely not dilated and they're so small, or my eyes are dead black.
So did you at this point in your life, then, are you clean, and how long have you been clean?
I am clean now. I just celebrated 5 months on the 22nd of last month. I'm coming up on 6 months if I make it. If I get to that day.
Cool.
I take it one day at a time, talking to my sponsor, going through my step work. Um, and that's what I tell a lot of the guys when they come in. When I see new guys that come through the door, or I see people that there can be people that's been sober for 15, 30 years, and they can relapse like that.
Damn. You know,
I seen a guy with
oh, go ahead.
I seen a guy with I seen a guy with 45 years walking the door with just one day.
Damn. Just like that.
And police officers don't understand it. They just want to. I personally voted no on issue one because I know this thing is a disease and I know this thing is killing people.
Now,
But it's easier to reach people through a jail system than it is in an actual meeting.
really?
When when we try to talk to somebody, we want them sober, we want them detox, we want them to be here and not all over the place.
Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
with these people, they can hear our stories and they can hear how we overcame addiction, alcoholism. That's not even things like that that people are addicted to. I don't know how many things I know people are addicted to, like pornography or video games or sitting on the couch all day and not doing nothing.
Yeah.
Um, that's where that meant. Like I was telling you and Jonah yesterday, that our mental health board doesn't understand there's more than just one type of addiction. It's not drugs, not alcohol. It can be anything: self harm, cutting, um, pyromaniac. I don't know where to begin.
Now, Dwayne, if we were talking about, support system, family, friends, what do you think would have happened with you had you not had family or friends or anybody who gave a shit? What do you think things still would have turned out the same way or not?
I probably wouldn't be sitting here talking to you right now. I really wouldn't. I can honestly say that deep down in my heart that if I did not have the support system I have now, um, I would either be using, drinking, or being buried 6 feet under the ground. And that's an honest opinion that I really gotta say. Um, it's a blessing I'm still alive, actually, because there's been multiple times I should have been dead.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to laugh at it to make it seem a joke. I'm looking at my own stupidity of what I've done.
Yeah.
Um, like I told you, one night I was in the hospital with my family, and I had to pick up the phone and call Jonah for I think it was like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday morning, and I had to call Jonah. I'm going like, hey, look, can't. I've tried calling everybody because at that point I wanted to die. I just wanted to die. My mom was in the ER. I was flipping out. I was flipping shit. Matthew was trying to get me to calm down, and I couldn't. I was so irate that I had to pick up the phone and call someone and go like, look, it's either you help me calm down or this is not going to turn out well for anybody around me. And a lot of cops now are trained actually in this part of the field. They're called what they're called crisis intervention trained officers.
Hmm.
They're CI officers. They're trained on how to deal with someone that's suicidal. They're trained to deal with someone in a panic attack or is in
No, no.
a mental breakdown. That's how we see it. That's how they see it in our eyes. That we're not trying to act out or we're not trying to um shit. That we're not intentionally trying to hurt ourselves. That there's something going on. Like one year, I had a knife to my throat in my mom's kitchen in front of my aunt and my sister, and a masking cop walked through the door. He listened to everything I told him because I told him don't take 2 steps towards me. don't move. If I have a knife to my throat, you move any further, I'm going to kill myself. He didn't. He did not move, and he talked to me. He talked to me. He got me to calm down, and then it eventually went off from there. And I was shipped off to the Infinity Hospital, and then I was shipped off to Akron Children's.
Wow. Damn. So that cop possibly saved your life.
He did save my life.
Wow.
He did save my life, and I know a lot of people look down on law enforcement officers that they're just complete dicks. Now, to mind you, there are cops that are straight fucking assholes that don't care.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I've dealt with it. I know the city of Alliance is like that. I'm sorry to say, I hate the city of Alliance with my whole fucking, with everything I have.
Yeah, I've never spent much time out there. I know Alliance, since, Alliance has its share of trouble too.
Alliance is actually getting pretty bad to where you don't want to walk out at night by yourself.
Yeah.
Basically, anywhere you go now is you don't want to walk out by yourself at night, especially if you're a female. And there's a reason why I'm going to say that. I'm not using that as a stereotypical thing. I'm not using that as a sexual biased comment. And I'm not using that just because you're a female. I'm saying that because of the whole sex trafficking thing that has been going on. You trust me, I've kept up on it. Me, I'm into things like this and I research all this stuff. 25% of our women that go missing and have not been seen in years, that has either been one sold into a sex trade slave, when they're doped up on drugs, for all this to happen when they're kidnapped, or two, they get away.
Wait, what was the second one you said? I didn't catch it.
Or they ran away.
Okay.
They would run away from the sex trade, and they could not find their way back. I know the Walmart on Tusk in Canton is really bad for that.
They just snatch them up.
What they will do is people will follow you out to your car or follow you throughout the store to either snatch you or your kid. And once that person is alone and not in a view of anybody else, they'll snatch you up and run.
Damn.
I knew there was a case in a state a couple years ago to where they were using an old lady screaming help. That was in a big van, and you can tell this is really stupid on their part.
Yeah.
The lady screaming out of a big one-door van, like a don't know how to put it, like businesses use, like the one-door vans.
Yeah.
That have no windows on it.
Yeah.
The lady was literally, this old lady was literally screaming help from her car, from a van in a passenger side seat.
Yeah.
A lot of people will not approach that because they don't know what the hell is going to happen.
Right.
The lady that I talked to actually went back in the store, got an associate, and called the cops.
Oh, that's good. The thing about that trap, what the bastards got working for them is, yeah, the van thing, we know that's suspicious and that's a stereotypical snatch somebody up van, but you got an old lady screaming. Who's gonna think?
Right.
Who's gonna think? Some old lady's involved in some nefarious plan.
Right.
Jeez.
Like me, everywhere I go now, I carry a knife on me. It doesn't matter if I'm in Walmart and I'm just walking down the damn street. Actually, I bought my knife. Actually, where is my knife? Right here. I carry this with me everywhere I go. Because the good thing about it, because I used to be an EMT, I can bust your window out, I can cut your seatbelt off of you, or I can stab you.
Oh, okay. It's one of those kind of blades. Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna grab some coffee. I'm not going anywhere far.
But like I'm saying, it's just a lot of the things that are happening in Ohio a lot of people think Ohio is the only shit state. I'm sorry to say that is not true. Look, you can look at Florida, for instance. Florida is one of the highest crime rated states, on top of Chicago. Um, you've got California that is currently burning to the ground. Um, I just read this yesterday, but with all the wildfires, 20 people have been confirmed dead and 135 missing.
Where the hell is this at?
It's during the California wildfire that's
Oh,
going
okay.
on right now. California is literally burning to the ground
Wow.
because they cannot. But this is not the first time
Oh, yeah.
that California's had one like this.
Yeah, they always
Um,
get that shit.
Look at Florida. Florida's been hit twice by a hurricane. They were hit last year. Oh shit! I keep doing that. My fault. Like I was saying, California is burning down to the ground. Florida was hit twice by a fucking hurricane.
Yeah.
Right after the West Coast was hit, the East Coast was hit. The next, you know, Florida was hit. Texas and Florida were hit by Hurricane Harvey and Irma last year. I mean, everyone thinks Ohio has it bad. Look at the people that are losing their homes. Look at the people that are dying because they can't get out of this wildfire area.
Yeah.
One of the colleges in California was just burnt to the ground, and almost all the students lost their school. That college is no longer standing. I mean, I just hate how people say we have it bad in this place we call a bipolar state because we never know what fucking season it is. Excuse my French.
That's true.
Or because of the drugs and shootings and everything going on. Now, I'm not trying to excuse that.
See, Sean says
say,
California's problem is lack of forest management. Well, they got a lot of damn forests to manage, don't they?
Yeah, California is one of our biggest wooded areas.
I mean, bolt of lightning, a cigarette, shit.
All of our West Coast, you can literally, they tell people in California not to do a fire because of the fact of how dry it is out there.
Yeah.
Because one little thing that catches on fire, you're just going through a bunch of this fire literally started out of a campfire.
Damn. Wow.
You know, people are saying everyone has it bad. So are we in the middle of a wildfire? God, no, thank God. Are we in the middle of a fucking hurricane? No.
Right.
I'm tired of hearing people saying we have it horrible here. Look at people in fucking California. Open your eyes. Pay attention a little bit. You'll see you don't have it that bad.
Yeah. Sean says you're not allowed to remove a fallen tree or brush. Are we talking California here?
Yep, you're not allowed to remove it at all.
What's that all
like
about?
I said, it's because it's too dry.
Okay.
The trees or a brush is way too dry to move.
Huh.
Even if you run that across something that sparks, like say if you hit a flint and a rock together that you don't know what's on the ground and that thing catches on fire, you're fucked. You better run.
Huh.
The reason I know this, I took horticulture. I've done landscaping and everything like that, and I know by fact that you do not screw with fallen brush.
Yeah.
In California. A buddy of mine just actually had to move down to the bottom coast, to the bottom part of towards Sacramento, just to get away. He had to move him and his family, and he just lost a $55,000 home.
Yeah.
That he just bought. I would say last November.
Yeah. I say they like to keep it natural and let nature take care of it.
That's my question. If the fucking tree's off the fucking ground, Why not move the damn thing to prevent the
Yeah.
fucking fire in the first place?
Well, I know now they're not plagued with wildfires, but they have their share. Well, they just had a hurricane last year. They have hurricanes, earthquakes, volcanoes where my brother lives in Hawaii, and they're very weird about nature. All right. If a rock is somewhere, your ass is not supposed to move it. They're very almost religious about leaving stuff natural out there. From what I heard, I mean, really weird because they've had to move stuff for moving their ships in and stuff, and had to, they've dislodged rocks and stuff. And the second that's done, they got to move all that shit exactly to where it is, or people will throw a fit out there.
Hawaii is one of the religious states when it comes to nature
Yeah.
because they're right on the ocean. Literally, everyone tells me that Hawaii is one of the best places to go throughout December. No, the hell it's not. Nope. I'm sorry. Nope. You won't catch my ass in Hawaii ever.
Why is that? Why wouldn't you want to be out there?
Just because of the hurricanes and the fact that they have 2 active volcanoes.
Yeah. Yeah, my brother escaped the flooding. His neighborhood was all right the last time they got hit. He lucked out pretty good there. But
Like a lot of our coast, a lot of our East Coast and our West Coast are known for natural disasters.
yeah.
There's an app called Zello. It's a walkie-talkie app, and I worked search and rescue from where I'm sitting on my phone, and
Freeze up.
dispatch calls did dispatch calls did I called local police departments, fire departments to get people out because their houses were flooding. They were stuck on top of a roof. They had a tree fall down in their house and there was a kid trapped in it. I mean, I've heard the worst. And being an EMT, I've seen the worst things too. Um, by far have I seen the worst shit that no human being see. I've dealt with anything to a gunshot victim. I've dealt with anything to domestic violence, rape, to car accidents. I've seen someone's leg decapitated off of them on a highway because the engine just came straight back through the car.
Ah. So now I'm gonna have to wrap it up because of time, but I got a couple questions before we do wrap it up. And on a positive note, as far as for you, Dwayne, now I seem to heard something. Do you have a baby on the way?
Yes, I do. My girlfriend is here within the next month. We'll be at our final trimester.
Congratulations.
We're due March 7th. We're having a baby boy.
Cool.
We're having we're having a baby boy. I'm a terrified father. You know that because of my family history.
Yeah.
And my last name is just Taylor.
Well, but here's the thing though. Here's the thing. You're entering into a new realm, right? This is your first child, right?
This is my first, yes.
So you're entering into a brand new territory. Sean says I was born on March 8th. Huh. You're gonna be, so now you've got people to live for, and you've got people to live the right way for.
I do. Me and my girlfriend, well, my fiance now, have been together for almost 9 months.
Wow.
This is something that we planned since we were together for about 2.5 months. At our 2.5 month mark, we planned to have a kid together, and now it's caused a lot of chaos. Like I said, I'm moving into her parents' house. Then after that, on top of that, we're looking for a place of our own for the kid, for me, her, and the kid.
Yeah.
And on top of that, on top of all this, I have a memorial service I have to go to on Saturday.
What's that about?
Well, I'm not going to go into great detail, but my uncle was hit and killed in Lexington Township.
Ah, sorry to hear that. It's terrible.
Yeah.
But I mean, but you know, with baby on the way, you're planning on getting married. I mean, that's got to shine some light into your life, right?
It does. I was told I was not supposed to have a kid. I was told I was 75% infertile. And I'm a Christian, and I prayed really hard about this, and then here I am getting ready to have my first baby.
Wow.
On the way.
Well, your 25% came through.
Yeah, my 25% helped me out. And then I went back and redid. I had my sperm count relooked at, and I'm not infertile. The doctor severely messed up.
You know what gets me about the what you were just talking about, the whole sperm count thing there is, Dwayne. I wonder how they do it. They must have real little fingers.
I'll tell you the process real quick. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm not joking. What they have us do is they have a sperm in a cup. You know, put it literally under a microscope.
Yeah.
It's the only way you can see the sperm live and moving around.
Yeah, tadpoles.
Yeah, and within each, I can't say the word. Within each thing of your sperm, there's about 1,000 of them.
Okay.
And only one or two of them make it out alive. My doctor said I only had about maybe 250 sperm moving around.
Oh,
and
gosh.
I just went not that long ago and got my sperm count redone. And the doctor that did it, so like, whoever told you,
Wow.
you're infertile, it's mass.
Jeez. Sean says, glad to hear about your baby. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm nervous. I'm nervous, but excited.
Yeah. Oh, of course. I mean, I was about your age when my first child was born. Yeah, it was nervous, but you know, I mean, it's good though. It's good. And now more than ever, you got a reason to be on the straight and narrow. I mean, because you're gonna have somebody looking up to you.
Yeah, and that's where the terrified part comes in.
Well,
that's where that whole thing comes in. Is someone looking up to me for advice? Or I'm like, I'm not good at taking my own advice, so
yeah. Yeah, some of us are better at giving than taking advice.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
Well, I'm going to have to hop off here. I'm going to say thanks for jumping on here, Dwayne. It's been really, really interesting, and I hope things go great for you. You know.
Do you do this every day?
Yeah, every day, Monday through Friday, and I say noon-ish because life gets in the way sometimes, and I might be a little bit late, but yeah, every day, Monday through Friday.
I'll hop on tomorrow and watch it again because I love hearing the topics that we talked about, the wildfires and what you and Jonah were talking about yesterday.
Yeah.
I love watching it. And
well, I'm glad.
It's so weird. What you guys were talking about actually made me kind of cry last night.
Well, I'm glad, dude. And like I said, I truly, you've got, I mean, you're 20 years old. There's a whole lot of life left in you. You got to make the best out of it. And you've got to, you got to focus on those natural highs, and when that baby is born, something's going to happen inside of you. God willing, I think it will. From what little we've talked, I think something's going to happen inside your brain, and you're going to feel this strange feeling inside yourself that all of a sudden your perspective is going to change, and you're going to see that you're going to have a time, you're going to feel selfless instead of selfish. You know what I mean? That makes
Right,
sense.
that's what we're all hoping.
Dad,
Yeah.
don't eat.
But it was good talking to you, sir.
Good
I'll
talking
catch
to
you
you.
tomorrow.
All right. Well, God bless you. Sean says, have a good day, guys. God bless. Thank you, Sean. God bless you guys too. And like I said, I'll be on tomorrow, and we'll do it all again. And really interesting day today. That was cool having Dwayne on here. And but yeah, we'll do it all tomorrow. So take care, and anybody who watched, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate your time. I hope you enjoyed it. Until then, have a fantastic day. Take care of yourselves. Look out for your brothers and sisters out there in the world, and I will see you later. Bye.